Okay, so I'm getting around to reading another letter finally. Here we go. This one, just pulled it out of the suitcase. Pull this down a little bit here. To someone named Miss G. Rosenberg, and she was living in New York, and Perry was living in Chicago at the time, and the postmark is January 27th, 9:30 a.m., 1941. So I'm gonna open her up. Haven't looked at it yet, just yanked it out of the suitcase. That's what it looks like. Unfolding, looks like a few pages. Okay. Let me get organized here. All right, I'm gonna give it a try. You know, it's hard for me to read handwriting, but here we go. Dear Trudy, 1/23/41. Dear Trudy, glad to get your letter. The length and content more than make up for the past. I'm glad to hear you're still a femme de leisure on a purely voluntary basis. So often it's involuntary. I had thoughts that with an MA, a head full of ideas, egos and aggressions, and a heart throbbing with the desire to help, you would immediately grab a job. But I think you're wise in making memorial time that would otherwise be mute. I would go for it myself. I'm a little fed up with my job, perhaps more about it later. I still think you're a dame with a drive, and more power to you. You're doing something with it, and you're strong. Even if Liberty rejects your story, you've got something that, to me, is a victory. I supposed it for the next something years your stories are rejected, it would be different. I can't help but think it in terms of myself. I once told you, I believe, that I like to write letters because they are the only form of expression I have. Otherwise, I'm all puffed up within myself. And I hate myself for it. Anywho, I've cornered myself into realizing that I'll never write the novels or plays I've so haphazardly planned within me. I earned myself when I remember that when I went to school, I rationalized stating that I've got no time for it. But now I've been working 6 months, and only once have I sat down with the intention of trying to write something. I did something in the way of an exercise describing the night outside my window, the courtyard, and some of the noises beyond, all in terms of me. I managed to get a page down, and then I was likewise. There was no focus. I didn't know where I was going, and I didn't particularly know what I wanted to say. As a matter of fact, I don't want to say anything. I just want to describe, to show that this is a man, this is a woman, here's how they feel, breathe, die. But one must put them someplace on earth, and then social and economic factors must be taken in account, etc., etc. So I put my page away with the other various notes. I'll have to wait till the impulse strikes again. Your use of the word productive hits the nail on the head. Most people want to be productive. Some are mechanically or technically productive and are satisfied. Rank and his frustrated creative impulse fits into here somewhere, but I'll be damned if I'll go into it. Thanks for the clipping. It could have been soothing to my frustration, except that I refuse to give my quote up. It's probably even true. Too bad about the poem on the other side. Anything with lust and passion in it should be slighted. Oh, shouldn't be slighted. You say you agree with me on the subject of genius. Pardon me, please, but something I wrote last, I forgot what I wrote. And anyway, I've probably changed my mind. Could I trouble you to give me a brief synopsis just for my own edification? You ask, why did I fight love off? Dear God, if there is anything I'd like to be, it's in love. But I can't. Something within me doesn't permit it. If I thought I could give you a good, real answer, I would do it. There's so many factors in my mind. One is that I'm afraid to commit myself. I can't say, I love you. I won't permit myself the possibility of a rejection. It's a form of ego protection, and at the same time gives away, let me find the next page, the fact that the person feels that no one could easily love him. If affection is shown, people of this nature don't know what to do with it. I remember having to convince myself that a girl liked me, and even then I had a job. I might even try see what's behind this affection. Thus you see to what extent one may doubt oneself. There are many other very strictly psychiatric angles to this alone, which I can't go into because of lack of objectivity. It is a shadow of one's childhood, one's parents, one's attitude to life. If you'll read over one of my past letters, and if you're acute, you don't have to read any of them. You'll understand better than I probably what is behind my fighting of love. More than anything in the world, I want affection and deep, real love. Yet, I'm my own sure obstacle. I don't see how your probing, as you put it, would erase me not to write to you or cause me not to write to you. It's just me living, it's just the thing I want. I don't want the superficialitis, I don't know what that word is, to have to write to other people. I like your interest. It just fits in with me, doesn't it? Please continue to ask me about the things I write. Question me. Point out blind spots. Be pedantic or didactic or condemning, but be frank. A guy like me needs criticism. It satisfies a punishment need. Reading about your drafted boy friend reminds me of a cute joke. Just as you promised to visit him, so did a girl visit her guy after he was in the army for some time. So when he meets her, he says, "Lay down, I want to talk to you." All right. Which brings to mind something a client of mine said today, which rates 4 stars. I caught him hauling coal for a neighborhood coal man. He is usually drunk, but always smiling. Colored, by the way. While he was talking to me, a lady shouted to him to bring up the coal. He replied, shouting, "Lady, Jess, hold your potatoes till I peel mine." I don't know how this strikes you, but to me, it was beautiful. Well, this darned letter must come to a close sometime. I've certainly enjoyed it. I mean writing. Incidentally, I may be peculiar, but if I were to enter the true confessions thing and win, I'd feel highly insulted. Second, I'd never enter it because I'd never write anything once I did get started that wouldn't require a full book. I really haven't answered your letter fully. Perhaps next time. Do write ere next Christmas from an XOJRP. All right, there you go. I learned more and more about Perry with each letter, or at least young Perry. And he did go on and marry and have 4 children. He did divorce after like 30 years. And then he had girlfriends. Anyway, I hope you're having a good day. And hopefully it won't be too long before I pull out another letter from the suitcase and read it. Bye-bye.